Hello and welcome. In today's video I'm not actually going to be doing a real Polkadot update video where I'm going to be going through the different tweets and the latest updates, because I've already done a lot of that. So instead I'm just going to focus on one main aspect of the news which I think is very important, and that's Kint finally going live with the staking app. And that's awesome because I didn't expect Kint to do that. To be honest, I did know that they're going to be launching a vault for Bitcoin to be minted on Kusama, and then on Interlay they would be launching a vault to bring Bitcoin over to Polkadot, but I didn't expect staking to go live. So they basically tweeted this yesterday, by the way. Actually it was today, to be honest, it was today. If we look at the time here, it was March 10th at 10:59 a.m. my time, and this is Central European time, so depending on where you are, it might be different for you. But basically the way it works is if you go to this article here, it'll take you to this website here. Okay, this is the Medium article where it explains to you how you can stake. Okay, so here it's very straightforward. You just follow the steps here. You're basically going to this website here, kintsugi.interlay.io/staking, and then you can stake your Kint. But before we look at that website and how you can actually stake, it basically tells you here, don't rush, read on. Okay, we're not going to read the whole thing, but basically the idea here is that you're going to be staking, and then that's the staking is going to generate you vKint. And then with vKint you can use that to vote in governance, and based on the amount of stake you have, then you have a higher amount of voting power. Okay, so that's how it actually works. This is basically to incentivize people to stake and to be able to vote with a higher voting power in the governance. So that's pretty cool there by Alexi and the team, of course, at Interlay for doing that. So this is the website here. This is how it looks. As you can see, this is a dashboard. So within this website here, you're going to be able to do various things such as bridging, aside from staking and transferring, also transactions. And there's going to be another dashboard here which is going to give you more analytical data here on Kintsugi, likely related to the blockchain explorer and so on. So this is how it looks here. Unfortunately, there is a bug at the moment. I think they're working to fix this, which is basically to tell you the estimated Kint rewards and the APY. This doesn't actually show here, but you can stake from a minimum of 1 week and a maximum of 96 weeks. So obviously, the larger your stake is for, I should say, the longer your stake is for, the more you're gonna get. But unfortunately, because this doesn't work, we don't actually know what we can expect here. Okay, so this is a bit unfortunate. I am connected here with my test account, as you can see here, with my test Polkadot web wallet account. Okay, if you do have a Polkadot web wallet account and you've enabled it to work with every single chain, then you should be able to get this username as well. Obviously, this is my test username. You're gonna have your own username, which are addressed there for Kintsugi. You connect that account, and then you can basically see this here, and it'll actually tell you how many Kint you have. You need to have Kint in your wallet, obviously, otherwise you can't stake, right? So this is how it looks here. Okay, you do this, you choose the amount you want to stake, you choose the number of weeks you want to stake for. So let's say, for example, you wanted to do 10 weeks or 20 weeks, whatever. In theory, this estimated APY here should actually work, but in practice it doesn't. Okay, and also here the estimated Kint rewards, as you can see, 0 Kint here, because it should give us something. Even if we add, doesn't matter what we add here, it doesn't update. Okay, it doesn't matter on the amount here. So you could see here, and also the unlock date, it tells you when you're going to get this unlocked. If you go for 20 weeks, you're going to get this back on the 28th of July in 2022. Okay, so that's how it works. And obviously, the longer you stake for and the bigger your stake is, the more you're going to get. And you can see this would be the stake to Kint, the vKint balance, which would be the Kint used for voting, and then Kint rewards as well for your stake, which is pretty cool. All right, so again, this is cool because you don't actually unstake. Okay, you stake, and once you're staked, there's no one staking for you. That's why you have to be really careful on the number of weeks you choose. Okay, because if you are gonna need those Kint to sell them for whatever reason, because you need money or whatever, then yeah, that is a problem. So just keep that in mind before you decide to stake. Now, the next thing I want to talk about in today's video is in relation to the solo chains. Okay, so I'm not talking about parachains here. I'm talking about solo chains, which are blockchains on Substrate directly, which means they are compatible with the Polkadot network, but they are solo chains. They're not interactive with the other parachains, at least not for now. Who knows in the future if that's going to be the case. But as you can see, we've got a number of them here. And I wanted to talk about these ones here. There are some new ones, as you can see. Some of these you're familiar with, but then, for example, Competitors Club is a new one. Crown Sterling is a new one, which caught my attention. We'll take a look at that in a moment. There's also one that caught my attention here, Kusari. And then there are others as well. Swapdex and Kusari is actually the same thing here. I discovered it once I went to Kusari. I just like the name. It sounds interesting. So, you know, I wanted to see what it's about, to see if it's something I can catch on to early and hopefully do some digging into and maybe even get in, right? But yeah, let's talk about that and you'll see what it is. I haven't looked at MiniX now, but this is basically our NFT Mart. But this is basically how you can research these projects early, because sometimes some of these projects might decide to become a solo chain on Polkadot first to check out how Substrate is like, to start developing on it, and then they likely move on to become a parachain and apply for a crowd loan if they like it, right? If they want to become interoperable with the other parachains and join the club, so to speak, right? So this is how it looks here. As you can see, their ticker symbol is CSOV here for this one here called Crown Sterling. Okay, it looks pretty much the same as you would have, right? The same different options that you would have for other solo chains or even parachains as well. Staking obviously isn't available here, but it's just an example. So if you're wondering how you can do some digging into it, well, I basically just Googled Crown Sterling space Polkadot, right? If you Google that, like if you Google project name space Polkadot, it should tell you something. Someone must have written an article somewhere, and here you go. I actually found this on SARS and Funds, which are reportable news here. So they're basically saying here, Crown Sterling, the pioneer of personal data sovereignty technologies and engineer of the quantum resistant cryptocurrency, the Crown Sovereign, announced yesterday that he has launched his blockchain explorer. Crown Sterling's release of their blockchain explorer makes the project a recognized live network on Polkadot. Okay, so it's a recognized live network because it is a solo chain on Substrate. Now, the Crown Sterling blockchain is the first to implement quantum resistant one-time pad encryption as an option for a blockchain state transition function, which is the process flow of transactions on a network. Okay, you can do more reading into this if you're interested, but I just wanted to quickly have a look at this and kind of show you how you can research these projects early on in case it's something you may be interested in. Okay, this is something that I'm not necessarily interested in now, but it just caught my attention with the name, so that's why I thought I'll do a bit of digging into this and kind of see what it's about. Okay. And if you go to their website here, crownsterling.io, okay, this is where you can find more information. Exactly the same thing here that we're talking about. There's a white paper. There are some details on the CSOV token as well. Some claiming information here, some protection stuff. So basically they're saying here that they're also on Bitmart. Okay, they were supposed to be listing on Bitmart. As you can see, it's due to happen this year, so we don't know when. Okay, it's not on Bitmart right now. I had a look on Bitmart just to see if the token's trading. I was curious what it's trading at, and it's not on there. Okay, so they're probably waiting for better days considering the market conditions. They obviously don't want to see a dump, but this is something that you could be looking into here if you are interested. And the next one I had a look at is Kusari, like I showed you. We're on a mission to truly decentralize finance, and I was looking at this and I really like their tokenomics here. 2 million is the KSI total supply here. These are the number of validators, hodlers. There's also 20% burn of all the transaction fees. And basically what they are is Swapdex. Okay, now the team is not visible here, unfortunately. As you can see, they are anonymous. Okay, we don't have information on them. So the tokenomics bit, 2 million, like I said, foundation gets 500,000, treasury gets 300,000. So that's the basics here. They've got an app here, and if you go to launch apps here, you're going to see the dashboard, and that will take you to Swapdex. And if you go to Swapdex here, if you go to their Twitter page, it'll take you to this Twitter page here, which is a decentralized blockchain governed by its users, connecting DeFi through multiple blockchains, based in London here with just over 5,000 followers on Twitter. If we go back here, let's go back here just to show you. So you could see Kusari's here. Okay, this is the solo network, but then there's also Swapdex as well as a solo network, or as a solo chain. So the question is why? Why do they have two different solo chains here? Are they going to have two different token models? I don't know. If you're familiar with this project, let me know. I'm curious to get your thoughts. It's just something that caught my attention here because I saw these new projects in the solo chain list here. I do need to look into Competitors Club as well to see what it's about. Also MiniX, NFT Mart as well. That's one that looks interesting, and UniArts. Just to see what they're about as well. With the rest of these, I'm already familiar. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly cover this and kind of talk about these different ways that you can track down projects early. If you are interested to look into something and you're not sure what to find, if you don't know which launch pads to search for, sometimes it's better to just find them this way. Do a bit of Googling and see if you can be in early, right? In case they are of interest to you. Again, like I said, these are not of interest to me right now. I just thought I'd look into them just to kind of do a bit of research and see what they have to offer. So yeah, just wanted to share this information with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.